Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming out today and for giving yourself the experience you're about to have, but also for making my teacher training that much better, because this is class number 8 of 20 classes that I'm doing by donation to kind of fulfill my teaching hour requirements for this Kundalini yoga class. So thanks for coming out, and it's been a really positive experience so far. Quite an interesting journey. Yes. Oh, it was a thumbs up. Sorry. So I'm going to say a few words about Kundalini first, but I just want us all to land here and arrive with a couple minutes of breath work before anything. So we're going to do something called samavriti, or also known as box breath or square breath. Bianca, there's mats and blocks and blankets. Grab a blanket. And so how we're going to do that is we're going to inhale. Actually, close your eyes for a moment while I explain this. Inhale to a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Through the nose. Hold for a count of 4. 2, 3, 4. Exhale for a count of 4. 2, 3, 4. And then hold the breath out for a count of 4. 2, 3, 4. It's like a box. It's like a square. 4 on each side. So I want you to just close your eyes. Before we do this, actually, bringing you back to the room for a moment. I want everyone to get comfortable and find a way you can sit straight with your spine relatively straight. For me, it helps to prop the hips up on either a block or a folded blanket works best for me. You don't have to if it's not comfortable, but that often really helps. You can tuck your chin slightly to keep your spine straighter from the crown of your head to the base of your spine. And just close your eyes, and we'll begin on the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the inhale, hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Hold out 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Now keep going at your own pace. We're just going to be here for about 2 minutes. So again, we're inhaling through the nose to a count of 4, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, holding the breath out for 4 in a square. Eyes closed. Finish your last cycle. And slowly, as you feel ready, you can come back to normal breathing and come back to the room and open your eyes. You may already be feeling some effects. This is a breath that was actually a type of breathing that has actually been used in the Navy SEALs to calm people down in highly stressful situations. It's known to get us out of fight or flight mode and decrease panic, stress, anxiety, all of that, calm the nervous system. Welcome to everyone in the back. I don't know if anyone wants to come forward a little bit and let others come forward. That might be you. Can everyone hear me in the back? Yeah? Okay. Anyone who wants to move a bit forward can. I'll try not to be too forceful about it. Okay. Welcome everybody. So I just wanted to say a couple words. I know for a lot of people, this is their first or second or third time trying Kundalini yoga. Some people have more experience. Kundalini is the energy of consciousness, ultimately. I'm just going to say a couple things quickly. And the job of Kundalini yoga, and ultimately the job of all yoga, is to raise that energy, that consciousness, the energy that lies dormant to some degree in all of us. Our unfulfilled potential, it helps it rise up through our body, up along our spine, and ultimately helps us to raise our own consciousness. It's not just a physical thing, but it operates on a mental, emotional, and spiritual level as well. And I'll also say that Kundalini yoga, while not what we know as Kundalini yoga today, while not a religious practice, is a spiritual practice, much like a lot of other yoga, much like all other yoga, even though it's been stripped of that here in the Western world and so on. And it's often just thought of as exercise. So there are, one of the main differences, as far as I'm concerned, between Kundalini yoga techniques and other yoga techniques is that there's a really kind of, almost every practice that we do in Kundalini mixes up different elements of movement, breath work, meditation, mantra, which is using the voice, and I'm sure I'm forgetting something, and relaxation, which is just as important as any other part of the practice to help integrate all the effects. And there's life lessons in all of that. Taking time to relax, just as important as doing the action, right? So, Kundalini yoga works on our nervous systems, on our glandular systems, to essentially wake energy up at the cellular level and really enact meaningful transformation, especially when you do it regularly and with the right intentions. So I'm really happy to be introducing some of you to all of that. And I just want to say a quick word about the mantras. Kundalini mantras, Kundalini practices in general, Kundalini yoga practices, are inspired and influenced by the Sikh faith, even though this is not actually a religious practice. So a lot of the mantras are in the sacred Sikh language or Sikh language, proper pronunciation of Gurmukhi. And so one of my first questions when I started studying was, well, why are we not just, doing the mantras in English? Why are we doing it in a language you don't understand? And there's a lot of different ideas about this, but yogic science, there's evidence going way back to pointing to different pressure points in our mouths and specific sounds, vibrating specific pressure points in our mouths that then reflects to our brains and our bodies, and certain primal sounds having very specific effects. So there's been some research into that, and just from my own experience, I don't think there are any absolutes. I think that ultimately we can explore other mantras, but for the purpose of today's class, we're going to be sticking to the ones that are normally used in Kundalini yoga, which I think do have a very beautiful effect. So I'm going to stop talking there because I'm a writer and I like to explain everything in words, but this is a yoga class. So we're going to tune in with one of those mantras. For anyone, I just wrote down the mantra. For anyone who doesn't know the opening mantra, you probably do. I don't know if anyone wants this. It's been brought to my attention that it helps to have it written down, just because.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And we generally open in Kundalini Yoga with this mantra in Gurmukhi, Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. And it can be translated loosely to, I bow to the teacher within. I call on my highest consciousness. So this mantra is about calling ourselves to presence before starting the practice. And it's about acknowledging the fact that we all have a guru, a teacher within us. We all have divine wisdom within us. And that we don't need to look outside of ourselves for that, ultimately. And I think that's a really important piece of this. So, I'd like everyone to close their eyes and sit up straight, tuck your chin. I should also mention, sorry, you can open your eyes again. I should also mention that if you're not comfortable in the cross-legged position, rock pose is a really good alternative. Sitting like on your heels like so, propping a blanket under your heels or between your legs can also help in that position. Whatever feels good. And there are even folded up chairs at the front counter. If anyone at any point needs to switch it up, you can also just plant your feet on the floor and sit with a straight spine in one of those chairs. Okay, so close your eyes. Everyone rub your palms together just a few moments. Activate the nerve endings. Bring your thumbs to your sternum, your chest bone. And inhale deeply. Exhale. As you inhale, envision energy moving up your spine, from the base of your spine to the crown of your head. Inhale. Exhale. And on the next inhale, we're going to chant 3 times, Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. If you've never done it before or you don't feel called, just feel free to listen or listen for the first time. Inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deeply with your eyes still closed and your hands in place. Hold your breath. Set your intention for today's practice, whatever that means to you. Could be just a feeling, a thought, a word, whatever that means. And then slowly exhale. And bring your hands back to your knees. So, unless otherwise specified, just put it out there for those who don't know. Unless otherwise specified, all breathing is through the nose. And for some people, if your nostrils are chronically blocked or anything like that, you can experiment with letting a little bit of air in through your mouth here and there. And just with practice, it becomes easier to breathe through the nose. Okay, so welcome again. I'm going to welcome you between each phase of everything we do. So we start, in Kundalini Yoga, we usually start with a series of warm-up exercises. Actually, I do need this. And so the first thing we're going to do, a lot of it is about warming up the spine to sit in one place or to do certain exercises that we're going to end up doing in the practice. I'm going to start with a bit of spinal flex. So bring your hands to your knees. And actually, no, bring them to your outside shin. We'll start this way. And inhale, pressing your chest forward. Exhale back. When you exhale back, your spine rounds backwards. You may or may not want to keep the cushion under your hips at this point. Whatever feels better. So inhale forward, exhale back. I encourage you to close your eyes and just go at your own pace. I'm just going to be here for a minute. This exercise helps to loosen the vertebrae along the spine and circulate energy, and is also very good for digestion. Actually, keep your chin level to the ground if you can. You can go as slowly or as rapidly as you like. Now come to straight spine and inhale deeply and hold. Hold, hold, hold. And then exhale slowly through the nose. And just remain here for one moment, feeling any of the sensations that are coming up, any feelings that are coming up. Now we're going to move directly into a second type of spinal flex by bringing our hands to the knees. This one moves slightly further up the spine. So similar idea, inhaling forward and exhaling back, but this time we can round our chin, bring our chin fully into our chest. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Great. I find it helps to keep eyes closed when doing some of these warm-ups if you feel comfortable. Just lock the energy in and help with focus. Now come to straight spine and inhale deeply and hold. Hold, hold, hold. And exhale slowly. Okay. Now, again, I want everyone to be comfortable, so at any point, if you need to change the crisscross of your legs, stretch your legs out for a moment, or come to sit on your heels, or grab a chair from the back, that is all good. The next one is called spinal twist, so we're going to bring our hands to our shoulders, fingers in front and thumb behind. And if this is not comfortable for any reason, it's another alternative is to bring your hands to your chest here. And we're going to inhale to the left and exhale to the right. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Again, go at your own pace, eyes closed. This helps to adjust the length of your spine. Everyone's doing great. Just another way to move your spine and move that energy. Now come to center, still in position, and inhale deeply and hold. Exhale and bring your hands down. Just remain here for a moment with your eyes closed, just feeling whatever there is to feel, if anything. Just be here for one moment. Okay. Now, I think everyone has room. Okay. So we're gonna stretch out the lower body for just a moment. Everyone could bring their legs out in front of them. We're going to do something called life nerve stretch, which basically works on the sciatic nerve. For anyone who's ever had pain in the sciatic nerve, you know how terrible that can be. We're going to inhale up and exhale down to either the shins, the ankles, or the toes, whatever is accessible to you. There is no better answer here. It's whatever you feel you can do. If you can reach the toes, you might grab the big toe with the index finger and thumb and press into the thumbnail. There's a pressure point there that corresponds to the pituitary gland. If not, though, ankles or shins are just as good. And we're gonna inhale, bring our head and spine up like so, as straight as possible. Exhale down, keeping our hands in the same place. Inhale up, exhale down. And we're going to go like this for just a minute. Eyes closed. Keep going. And with each exhale, you might find you can come just a tiny bit lower, but don't force anything. Everyone's doing great. Okay. Now on the next exhale, stay in position and inhale deeply in this position and hold for just a moment. Now exhale slowly as you walk your hands up your legs to a straight spine. Okay. Everyone doing okay? Okay. So that stretch is really good, as I said, for the sciatic nerve, the hips, the thighs, where we hold a lot of emotion in general. We're going to do one more quick warm-up, very complex exercise known as neck rolls. So what we're going to do is, it's a way of relieving tension in the neck and allowing energy to flow into your head and your brain ultimately. So we're going to bring our right ear to our right shoulder and exhale, rolling back, and inhale, rolling forward. If for whatever reason it doesn't feel comfortable to roll back, you can just go along the top, not actually going back, but making half circles. We're going to go 5 times. Exhaling back, inhaling forward. Once you're done the 5 times, bring your head straight once more. No rush. Okay, now bring your left ear to your left shoulder, and we're going to do the same thing. Inhaling back, exhaling forward. 5 times. And again, once you're done with that, bring your head to an upright position. Take a deep inhale through the nose and just hold for a moment. Exhale slowly. Okay, now we're going to begin the actual Kriya, which is called Kriya to master your domain. So the idea behind this Kriya is another word for set of exercises or sequence of exercises that are done in a specific order for a specific effect, ultimately. And so this word Kriya is used really loosely for all kinds of different exercises. But the Kriya that we're doing today is all about being able to sort of master, to whatever extent that's actually possible. Obviously, there's lots that's out of our control in this world, but master your mental and physical realms to whatever extent is actually possible. And so that means being able to project ideas into actual actions and actual realities. It also means being able to have some measure of control over your physical functions, like being able to send energy, send healing energy, send blood circulating to areas of your body that need it for whatever reason, things like that. So it's a bit of a fiery practice, but there are definitely modifications and alternatives throughout the way. Has everyone done breath of fire? Okay, some people have not, so I'm going to do a very brief demonstration. Breath of fire comes from the navel. We're going to start, just everyone open your mouth and stick your tongue out and start panting like a dog. This is the easiest way. So you feel how that comes from the navel if you put your hand on your stomach. The exhale is active, the inhale is passive. So same thing, but close your mouth and do it through your nose. So that's breath of fire. For the purpose, for the purpose of this exercise, the first few parts of the exercise are done in breath of fire, but through an O-shaped mouth. So now, as an alternative, because if you're menstruating or pregnant, this is not a recommended breath pattern, especially in the first 3 days of your cycle. Also, if it just doesn't feel good to you or you're extra low energy for any reason, the alternative in any of these cases is to do long and deep breathing instead. And it can be challenging to do that breathing pattern that we just did while doing certain exercises. So the alternative, if at any point you need to switch or you just want to forego that altogether, is long and deep breathing, which is basically through the nose, into the belly, slowly up into the rib cage, into the upper lungs. You can feel it if you put your hand there. And then exhaling through the nose, it goes back down in the opposite direction until our stomach sucks in towards our spine as we're exhaling. So you can pick and choose between those two. The first exercise we're going to do, I'm going to invite you to come down onto your back. And for support, I would recommend placing your hands under your butt like I'm doing, just for a little bit of lower back support. And the idea here is to, while doing the breath of fire through an O-shaped mouth, so the idea is to lift both legs, toes to the face and heels to the ground, and go up and down like that while doing this breath. So now don't panic, okay? Because you can do this at whatever pace you like, take breaks as you like, and if it's not accessible, do one leg at a time. So there are alternatives here. This is not a race, not a competition, just do what you can. We're here for 2 minutes. Everyone's doing really great. This exercise strengthens the navel center, which is known as the seat of our personal power, as well as the seat of physical health, ultimately. Yeah, take breaks as you need to. Don't be afraid to switch to long and deep breathing. It'll still have a similar effect. Breath of fire, just all it does is it can quicken the effects sometimes, but there's no need to push it. Now, on your next inhale with your legs in the air, keep them there for just a moment and inhale deeply and hold. Hold, hold, hold. Now exhale and bring your legs down slowly and with control. And just lie here for a moment and let it settle in. Feel all the feels. Just let it circulate. Returning to normal breathing. Okay, now in the same position, lying down, we're going to do pretty much the exact same exercise but only for half the time, and we're only doing one leg at a time. So if you bring your hands back under your butt, and with the same breathing and whatever pace feels comfortable to you, we're doing just one leg at a time. We're just here for a minute. Trying to bring your toes towards your face and your heel up towards the sky. Everyone's doing really fantastic. Just a couple seconds left. Okay, now finish your last one. You can bring your legs down and just remain for a moment, lying down again, just allowing the effects of that exercise to circulate, returning to normal breathing. Now, I'm going to invite everyone to come to a seated position by rolling onto your right side into a fetal position and pushing your way up. Okay. And now, we're going to come. Everyone okay? That was the hardest part. Well, debatable. But there is going to be, don't worry, the tempo changes as we go. So the next part is called extended cow pose. And basically, most of you have probably done cat-cow and other types of yoga. So the idea is to come to our hands and knees from a seated position. And I'll demonstrate. You want to bring your wrists under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. And one way, if you're like me and you have a lot of wrist tension, it's good to take pressure off the wrists by extending your fingers out extra wide, making a U shape between your index finger and thumb. And then we're going to come to cow pose with the stomach downwards, the back arched downwards. And we're going to keep our head facing forward, our face facing forward, our head up just a little, and doing the same breathing exercise we did before. So, or long and deep breathing. It's really your choice. We're going to alternately lift one leg and then the other. And I want you to go at whatever pace you feel comfortable with. The idea is to lift the leg up beyond 90 degrees, like higher, as high as you can without actually twisting your pelvis, just up. And just going like this. And we're here for 2 minutes. Okay, keep going. Doing great. And if it helps, you can always close your eyes as well. Over halfway there, almost there. Okay, finish your last one. Inhale as you arch your back upwards. Hold. And then slowly exhale, coming back to a flat back. If you need to come off the wrists for a minute and just give them a massage. Another alternative, we're just doing one more exercise on hands and knees. Another alternative that I like is to go onto the fists if your wrists are in pain as well. Have a sip of water, yeah, if you brought some, if you need some. If not, there's water in through that open door there. And we're doing one more pose in extended cow pose. So again, coming to hands and knees with stomach down, face forward. This time we're only here for 1 minute, half the time. And what we're doing is lifting alternate arm and leg at the same time, as high as before, palm facing downward. So same breathing. We're almost there. You got this. Any shaking or struggle you're feeling is part of the yoga, 100%. And think of this as a safe space in which to explore that struggle. Okay. Everyone's doing really great. Go at your own pace. Okay, finish your last one. And again, inhale, stretching the back upwards. And then exhale, slowly back down. And you can return to a seated position. Okay, might want to give your shoulders a teeny little roll, massage your wrists for a minute. Okay, shake it out if you need to. Now, have a sip of water if you need. Now the next thing we're going to do is called frog pose. So I'd like everyone to come into a little frog shape here. Like so. Your toes are pointing outwards and your heels are almost touching. And your hands are about a foot in front of you, your fingertips touching the ground. And this is the exhale position. So the inhale position is standing up, bringing your nose towards your knees. Exhaling down with your face forward and your spine as straight as possible. And inhaling up. Down. So we're going to do 15 of these. I want you to go at your own pace. And just do 15, do your best. And don't feel the need to rush. Exhaling down, inhaling up. This is a great exercise for moving energy from the lower triangle or the lower chakras to the higher chakras. So moving energy associated with illumination or creativity or sexuality or willpower, moving those up towards the heart space and towards the higher energy centers of our body. Feel free to pause if necessary. Now, whenever you're finished, come to an inhale position, standing, and inhale deeply. Hold. And then exhale as you squat down to the exhale position. And you can ease your way back into a seated position from here. Okay. Now the hardest part really is over, I promise. Sort of. By the way, there are many different types of Kundalini yoga practices. Many of them are quite meditative and almost entirely seated. So any one practice is not necessarily representative. There's so many different types of rewards that come from Kundalini practice. So I just want to put that out there. The last actively active exercise that we're going to do involves the arms. So what we're going to do is raise our arms up, straight up to the sky. Everyone make sure you're comfortable, of course, seated with a straight spine. Tuck your chin slightly, then bring your hands up. By tucking the chin, you ensure that your spine is straighter. And then this is the inhale position. And on the exhale, we're bringing them out to about 60 degrees to make a V. Inhale up, exhale V. Inhale up, exhale V. Now close your eyes and continue at your own pace. We're here for just 2 minutes. This exercise stimulates the heart, the circulation system, the glandular system in the body. It also helps with gaining control of the mind. If you need to pause at any point, as always, do so. Don't be afraid to challenge yourself. And if you need to just stop and take a break, do so. You might envision yourself continuing to do the movement after you've stopped. There's a strange power in even just visualizing yourself doing a movement. We're almost there. Now hands straight up. Inhale deeply. Hold. Hold, hold. And then exhale and sweep your arms down to your sides, bringing them down. Okay. Now, there's a built-in meditation, mini meditation in this Kriya. So the next thing we're going to do, which might just come naturally at this point, is to stay in this position. Make sure you're comfortable. If you need to sit on your heels or anything else, that's very welcome. Bring your hands into the Gyan Mudra, which is bringing index finger and thumb together. This stimulates points in the hands that are said to make us more receptive to wisdom. And you might just want to quickly touch your third eye point here with your fingers right in the middle. It's right between your brows and slightly above. Just touch it, feel that it's there. Bring your hand back down, close your eyes, tuck your chin, and just go within and breathe to about a count of 4 in and 4 out, and try to focus at that third eye point and just be. We're here for about 2 minutes as well. Now I'm going to invite you to, from this position, if it's accessible to you, lie down, slowly bringing yourself down while remaining in cross-legged position, if that's accessible to you. If not, feel free to just put your legs out. But if so, leave them like that and bring your hands over your heart space, crossing your palms over your chest. And just relax. Can reap the benefits of all your hard work and dwell in your heart space here. I'm going to put on a bit of relaxing music at the same time. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Very sorry. Just relax. Ignore all of that. if you're in cross-legged position, I'm going to invite you to let your legs come out long. And let your arms come out to your sides. Let your feet fall outwards. Let your palms fall outwards. Just relax. Relax your tongue, your lips, the muscles of your face and jaw. Scan your body for tension, and if you feel tension or hardness or stiffness anywhere in your body, inhale deeply, sending light and energy to that area. And then as you exhale, exhale the tension out. Inhaling light, exhaling tension. Slowly begin to move your thumb, your fingers and your toes. Make circles with your wrists and your ankles. You might stretch your arms upward and bring the soles of your feet together and rub them together while you rub the palms of your hands together at the same time. And you can bring your feet back down. Bring one leg out, and we're going to just do a little cat stretch by bringing one knee up towards the chest and then across the body as the opposite arm extends outwards and we face it. Should feel really good. Take a deep breath there, and then coming back to center and switching. Bringing the opposite leg down, the other knee to the chest and across. Like so. And take another deep breath there. And you can come to seated in one of two ways, either rolling to the side as we did before, or rolling up and down along the spine to give your back a little massage. Whatever feels good to you. Okay. So, a lot of Kundalini practices end with a meditation after the relaxation. We had a mini meditation already as part of this Kriya, but I wanted to end today with a very brief 3-minute meditation it's a breathing meditation known as 1-minute breath. So the idea being that when we're able to slow our breath down, it's not really feasible for most of us to think about slowing our breath down to 1 breath per minute, but as an exercise, it can be very helpful. And it's been shown, a lot of research has shown that the slower we breathe, the more optimally our bodies function, the calmer we are. And you feel that effect if you spend time in a room with people that breathe more slowly versus people who breathe more quickly. You can just feel so much from that alone. I think I grew up in a house with people who breathe very quickly. Um, so, so the idea here is to, the full expression of this breath is to, I haven't reached it yet, and that is to inhale for 20 seconds, hold for 20 seconds, and exhale for 20 seconds. Now, I encourage anyone, I'm going to encourage everyone to close their eyes and just inhale for as long as you comfortably can without pushing. It might be 3-4 seconds, might be 5 seconds, might be 8 or 10 seconds, whatever feels comfortable to you. And if you're up to 20, that's great. Inhale for that long, and then hold the breath for the exact same period of time, and then exhale for the same period of time. And then and then after you exhale, you pause for just a couple of seconds before starting again. Inhale. So let's say we're doing 5, we're inhaling for 5, holding for 5, exhaling for 5. And we're doing so through the nose, the same principle of long and deep breathing, where we breathe into the stomach. Our inhale fills the belly, and our exhale brings the belly back towards the spine. Just do your best with it. Don't push it. Don't push it to the point of dizziness. We'll be here for just a couple minutes. Try to keep your spine straight, chin tucked. You might also focus on your third eye point as a point of focus and anchoring. Finish your last cycle of breath. And then just stay here for a moment, eyes closed, observing. Okay, now we're at the point where we're going to come back to the room for just a moment, and we're going to close out today's practice And the way that we often close out practice in Kundalini Yoga is with the mantra Sat Nam. It's a very simple mantra. And it can be translated, it's a very commonly used mantra in Kundalini Yoga as well, and it can be translated loosely to I am truth, or truth is my name, truth is my essence, truth is my identity. And the whole idea behind this mantra is to hold ourselves to the truth, any truth that might arise in any form while we're practicing. It's just a way to call that to mind, keep that always as a reminder within us in order to ground out the practice. So we're going to chant one long Sat, one short Nam. We're going to bring our hands together and rub them together just a little. Again, bringing the thumbs to the sternum. And close your eyes. And envision a ball of white light at the base of your spine. And as you inhale through the nose, bring that up along your spine to the crown of your head. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And on this next inhale, we'll chant Sat Nam. And bring your thumbs up to your third eye point. And can bow as a way to ground your practice. And if it's accessible to you, you might bring your forehead and palms to the ground as well. And come back up as you feel called to.